President Trump with a warning for people involved in college protests over the conflict between Israel and Hamas, calling those protests illegal. He's saying he will stop all federal funding to the schools, even threatening to arrest or deport those involved. And the president's warning coming just days after a college employee was hurt when pro-Palestinian protesters tried to get into a building at Barnard College in New York. So let's bring in NewsNation's Rich McHugh, who is live with the very latest. And Rich, the First Amendment protects campus protests, correct?
It does, Nichole. It allows for free speech. The question arises about civil disobedience and how, breaking the law, that's where the rubber meets the road, as it did with Columbia University. So the president is essentially threatening funding from all these universities, any college that allows what he's calling illegal protesting on campus. He is taking direct aim at Columbia University, which was the epicenter of all these protests last year. He's promised to pull more than $50 million in funding contracts from them over their alleged tamping down of the anti-Israel protests. Columbia responded in a statement. They write, "Columbia is fully committed to combating anti-Semitism and all forms of discrimination. We are resolute that calling for, promoting, or glorifying violence or terror has no place at our university. We look forward to working to ongoing work with the new federal administration to fight anti-Semitism." Now, last week, pro-Palestinian protesters, they swarmed Barnard's Millbank Hall. Barnard, of course, affiliated with Columbia. That's where protesters occupied the Western Quad all last spring. There were professors locked in arms supporting the students' First Amendment right to protest. Those protesters eventually took over Hamilton Hall and flew the Palestinian flag from atop the building. It all ended when the New York Police Department in riot gear stormed in, arresting dozens, nearly 30% of them not even affiliated with Columbia University. All told, over 2,000 protesters arrested on college campuses across the country last year. In their wake, the presidents of Columbia, Harvard, Cornell, and UPenn resigned. The president of Barnard, after the events last week, President of Barnard, Laura Ann Rosenberry, said, "Enough, this is my line in the sand," quote, "Disrupting classes and defacing buildings is not academic exploration. It is a betrayal of the goals and sanctity of higher education." So there you have it. There's the president of Barnard kind of saying we have a different way forward, Nichole.
All right, so that's what the president of Barnard is saying. The president of the United States, is he giving any indication on how this could be or would be enforced?
No, and that's the question, because the key word is illegal protests. What does that mean? The question, you have a right to protest. These are private, many of these are private college campuses, and free speech is protected under the First Amendment. What is not protected, though, as I mentioned before, is this civil disobedience, breaking the law, as they did at Columbia's Hamilton Hall when they broke in, and that's why they were arrested. So it'll be interesting to see how schools handle this, Nichole.
All right, yeah, we'll certainly see what happens moving forward. Rich, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.